Many years ago, a man named Jacob set out on a journey to a distant land, the land of Haran. His heart was heavy, for he was fleeing from his brother Esau and was searching for a wife, a partner to help fulfill the promises God had made to his family. With each step, he carried the hope of finding love and purpose. Arriving at his uncle's house, Jacob was met with warmth and hospitality. He hoped this journey would lead him to God's will. Soon after his arrival, Jacob encountered someone who would change his life forever, Laban's younger daughter, Rachel.
Could this be the one? Her beauty, her grace? Something feels divinely planned.
As Jacob approached, he rolled the stone away from the well, a gesture of strength and kindness. Rachel looked up, their eyes meeting for the first time. A spark ignited between them, as if God himself had brought them together in this quiet moment.
Thank you, stranger. Who are you and why have you come?
I am Jacob, son of Isaac, and I have come to seek my family in a new beginning.
Jacob was received warmly into Laban's household, sharing stories of his father, Isaac, and grandfather, Abraham. Laban saw potential in Jacob, a hard-working young man willing to give all for his dreams.
Stay with us, Jacob, for we are family. Whatever you seek, perhaps you will find it here.
As days turned to weeks, Jacob's love for Rachel blossomed. His heart was set on her, and he found joy even in the hardest tasks, knowing she was near. Leah watches from afar, sensing the growing bond and feeling overshadowed.
Will he ever look at me that way? Why does my heart ache when I see them together?
Leah, the older sister, felt invisible, as though the shadow of her younger sister's beauty had dimmed her own light. Yet God saw her, and her story was just beginning. Sometimes, the overlooked hold the greatest purpose. Leah could not yet see how God would use her in his plan, but her journey was woven into his divine design. When Jacob met Rachel, Laban's beautiful younger daughter, he was captivated. Rachel was lovely in form and appearance, while her older sister Leah was described as having weak eyes. Jacob fell deeply in love with Rachel and offered to serve Laban for 7 years to marry her.
I will serve you for 7 years, Uncle Laban, if you give me Rachel as my wife.
Agreed, work for me, and in 7 years she will be yours.
Rachel and Leah watched Jacob from afar as he worked hard, each with different emotions. The 7 years passed like days for Jacob, who eagerly awaited his wedding to Rachel. The day finally came, but as night fell, a deception brewed, hidden under the customs and traditions of Haran. Jacob's heart overflowed with anticipation as he prepared for the long-awaited ceremony, unaware of the sorrow and betrayal that awaited him. Celebrations begin with a bustling feast. People cheer, music plays, and all around Jacob rejoice with him in the union he believes he'll share with Rachel.
7 years of labor, but it was all worth it to win her heart.
Rachel is present, but remains veiled and distant, creating an air of mystery and foreshadowing. Unseen by Jacob, Leah is prepared as the bride, hidden beneath veils. Jacob, blinded by his love and trust, embraces her in celebration. As dawn breaks, Jacob awakes and sees Leah beside him, not Rachel.
What is this? Leah, how could this be?
Betrayed by the very family he had served, Jacob felt the sting of deception. His heart, filled with anger and confusion, sought answers. Jacob confronts Laban, voice filled with hurt.
What have you done, Uncle Laban? I served you 7 years for Rachel, not Leah.
It is our custom here to marry off the older daughter first. Complete Leah's bridal week, and then you can marry Rachel too, if you serve me for another 7 years.
Laban's calm but manipulative response must have felt like salt in Jacob's wounds. Yet Jacob, in love and determination, agreed. Jacob's heart wrestled with disappointment, but his love for Rachel overpowered his resentment. Sometimes, faith leads us through unexpected hardships, requiring patience beyond understanding. Now married to both sisters, Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah. Leah felt unloved, but God saw her suffering and blessed her with children, while Rachel remained childless. This created deep rivalry and tension between the sisters.
Perhaps now Jacob will love me, for I have borne him a son.
Rachel prayed desperately.
Lord, please bless me with children, for I am in despair.
In desperation, Rachel gave her maid Bilhah to Jacob, hoping to claim children through her. Bilhah bore 2 sons, Dan and Naphtali, which Rachel considered her own. Leah responded by giving her maid Zilpah to Jacob, and Zilpah bore Gad and Asher. The sisters' rivalry grows as each woman hopes to earn Jacob's affection and blessing.
Give me children, or I shall die.
Am I in the place of God? He alone can open the womb.
Finally, God remembered Rachel, and she bore a son, Joseph. Overjoyed, Rachel saw him as a sign of God's favor. Meanwhile, Leah bore more children, bringing the total to 6 sons and 1 daughter. Through the story of Leah and Rachel, God showed how he works through human struggles and rivalry. The sons born to Leah, Rachel, and their maids became the 12 tribes of Israel, a foundation for God's chosen people. The story of Leah and Rachel teaches us about love, rivalry, and God's plans, which are far greater than our own desires. Even through conflict, God's purpose prevails.